Sally Spectra may finally be reaching her breaking point with Billy Abbott on The Young and the Restless. As Billy's latest confrontation with Victor Newman threatens to destroy the trust Sally has tried so hard to maintain. For months, Sally has stood by Billy through his impulsive decisions, emotional reactions, and ongoing battles. She has tried to understand his frustrations and support him even when his choices created unnecessary problems. But Billy's latest move could be the one that finally pushes Sally too far. The trouble begins when Victor once again gets under Billy's skin. Victor knows exactly how to provoke Billy, and this time he targets one of Billy's biggest vulnerabilities, Chancellor. Victor taunts Billy over Kane Ashby bringing him into the company and makes it clear that, from his perspective, Billy is only getting whatever scraps Kane is willing to give him. Victor also brings Jill Abbott into the argument, suggesting that Jill never truly wanted Billy controlling Chancellor in the first place. Those comments hit Billy exactly where Victor intends them to. Instead of walking away, Billy allows the confrontation to become increasingly personal. He fires back by bringing up Phyllis Summers and her involvement in the Newman Media situation. Billy also points to the fake evidence involving Kane, Phyllis, and himself, arguing that Victor's previous efforts ultimately failed to deliver the outcome he wanted. But Billy's anger soon gets the better of him. In the heat of the confrontation, Billy reveals something that was never his secret to share. He lets Victor know that Adam Newman didn't simply take Newman Media back. Adam actually bought the company as part of an arrangement involving Sally. That revelation could have serious consequences. Adam had been trying to protect Sally from Victor's retaliation. Whatever complicated history exists between Adam and Sally, Adam understands how dangerous Victor can become when he believes someone has crossed him. Adam's goal was to keep Sally away from another stressful Newman family war while still making sure Victor got Newman Media back. From Adam's perspective, Victor should be satisfied. Newman Media is back where Victor wanted it, and there should be no reason to continue escalating the conflict. But Victor rarely sees things that simply. For Victor, the way something happens can matter just as much as the final result. If he discovers that Sally and Adam made an arrangement behind his back, he could view it as another reason to retaliate. That is exactly why Billy's revelation is such a serious betrayal. Billy wasn't exposing his own secret. He was exposing information involving Sally and Adam simply because Victor succeeded in making him angry. Once Adam realizes what Billy has done, he gives Sally a warning. Now they have to prepare for Victor's possible response before he decides to come after Sally. For Sally, that warning could become a painful wake-up call. She has repeatedly tried to protect Billy from the consequences of his own behavior. Even when Billy makes questionable decisions, Sally often searches for a way to understand where he is coming from. But this situation is different. Billy knew the arrangement with Adam was sensitive. He knew Sally had reasons for keeping it private. Yet when Victor challenged him, Billy allowed his emotions to override everything else. That leaves Sally facing an uncomfortable reality. Billy's inability to control himself around Victor isn't just Billy's problem anymore. His actions are now directly affecting her life. Sally may initially try to defend Billy when she speaks with Adam later in the week, but Adam is unlikely to share her sympathy. Adam has little patience left for Billy, particularly when Billy's behavior puts Sally in Victor's line of fire. Adam may make it clear that Billy created this problem and should be forced to deal with the consequences himself. That could put Sally in a difficult position. She has feelings for Billy and has invested heavily in their relationship, but there is only so much chaos she can continue accepting. At some point, supporting someone stops meaning cleaning up every mess they create. Billy's latest mistake could force Sally to establish a firm boundary. If Billy wants their relationship to survive, he may have to prove that he can stop allowing Victor to control his emotions. Victor understands Billy's weaknesses incredibly well. He knows which subjects will provoke him, and Billy continues giving Victor exactly the reaction he wants. This time, however, the consequences could be much more personal. Sally may no longer be willing to watch Billy sabotage their stability because he cannot resist another confrontation with Victor. She could make it clear that something has to change. Billy needs to get his priorities straight, control his impulses, and stop making decisions that put Sally at risk. Otherwise, Sally may decide that protecting her own future is more important than continuing to protect Billy from himself. The situation also creates an interesting shift between Sally and Adam. Their romantic relationship may be over, but their history remains complicated and deeply emotional. Adam's decision to protect Sally demonstrates that he still cares about what happens to her. He isn't necessarily asking for anything in return. Instead, Adam appears determined to prevent Sally from becoming collateral damage in Victor's latest battle. That could stand in sharp contrast to Billy's behavior. While Adam is trying to keep Sally out of Victor's crosshairs, Billy has accidentally placed her directly back into them. Sally may not ignore that difference. It doesn't automatically mean she will return to Adam or abandon Billy immediately, but it could force her to reconsider which man is actually protecting her interests and which one keeps creating new problems. Billy still has an opportunity to repair the damage, but an apology alone may not be enough this time. Sally has heard promises before, and she has already given Billy plenty of patience. If he wants to make things right, his actions will have to show that he understands exactly what he risked when he exposed her agreement with Adam. Meanwhile, Victor now possesses information that could change the entire situation. What he chooses to do with it could determine whether Billy's mistake becomes another temporary argument or the beginning of a much larger crisis. If Victor targets Sally, Billy may realize too late just how damaging his emotional outburst was. And if Sally is forced to choose between protecting Billy and protecting herself, she may finally stop making excuses for the man she loves. Billy's greatest problem has always been his tendency to react first and consider the consequences later. Victor knows it, Adam knows it, and now Sally may finally be tired of paying the price for it. With trust already damaged and Victor potentially preparing his next move, Billy could soon face an ultimatum that leaves very little room for another mistake. Either he gets his life and emotions under control, or Sally may decide she has finally had enough